I'm here together with Twan, and we're
Hello.
gonna do the comps today again. We have 16 drivers today, and yeah, really excited to get going. Let me get the stream up on my PC so I can see the chat. Well, Hungary, they say it's the Monaco without the walls because it's a really tight circuit and really difficult to put in a good lap. But if you put in that good lap, yeah, you're really fast.
Yeah, and of course the deadly white curb of spinning.
And turn 6, the turn before the white curb, is also really deadly. So it would be exciting to see if drivers go full throttle in the quali on that corner or not. It should be a one stop, medium to hard today.
Yep. And I think for the back people will probably start on the hard and then to the medium.
Last week we saw the reserve driver Ushin win the race in Monaco, and Abiodun with the second place and Greeny with the third place in Monaco. So if we take a look at the standings, we have Abiodun on top with 73 points, and Tom AJ is following him with 60 points, and AMS is on 59 points.
It's a bit of a close one.
It looks to be a dry session in this qualifying. Yeah. It's a bit overcast, but as we have opponents down, the first car out on track.
It's the first one to set a time.
Opponents down currently fourth in the standings, but he's on 33 points, so it's a bit of a big gap to third place. So he is like best of the rest.
Yeah, still really good. I'm in the fourth position with his teammate Esbuma on 13th place, hoping to get a couple of points because he didn't start at the Monaco Grand Prix last round, so
that's right.
Excited to see what those two can bring to the table today.
And if we quickly take a look at the constructor standings, we have Double A with AMS and Asbest leading the championship, and Nord AJ with Tom AJ and Viking Steven following them with 70 points.
Viking Steven not here today. He's a bit sick. At least that's what he reported. His punish down touch is a little bit of the grass over there on the main straight. So no points from Viking Steven today.
As we have opponents down going into turn 3, the long left-hander. Let's see, how many people do you think will crash at turn 6 or the white curb today?
I'm gonna say in the quali, perhaps 2 beeps, but really in the race, I'm gonna say it's only 3 people who will spin it, but not really get damage from it. Just spinning. We have a yellow flag in sector 2.
It's probably someone slowing down, or has someone crashed already?
Looking into.
Lots of people going out on the soft tire, so maybe they're setting a banker lap, or it's going to rain in the race. Spoonstown That's the first time of the session and 119.2.
I believe it was on the hard tire. Yeah, he did it on the hard
Yep.
tire.
As Greeny goes a second faster on the hard tire. Oh, as Aviodun is in the grass. He was on his outlap, but still.
Not really sure how he spun over there. Just I think curbs
Yeah,
in
he
the
touched the
chicane.
curb on the exit.
Oh yeah.
Currently on board with Lordy. He's in sector 2 on his flying lap. Sector 2 is really tight. You really need to be going through a corner and setting up for the next corner because they come really fast after each other.
Jamie right behind Lordy. Also for a flying lap, so check that out after him.
As Lordy goes into the pits. And Jamie's also going into pits. And Flying Frome is about to set a time. He goes fourth fastest with the 120, so that's probably a banker lap. So we have Sietse Bauma on the medium tires into sector 2.
Watch for Suddy. Suddy currently at P9 on time set. Goes third fastest. Hard tire. 119.1.
So Sietse should be able to get the provisional pole on the medium tires and in the Ferrari. He has a McLaren going out wide.
Making space.
He is out of ERS, but he comes across the line to the final corner and he goes second fastest of the session.
Gonna say he's gonna improve his time because he had no ERS at the end of the main straight at the beginning.
Yeah, but maybe he doesn't manage it, so he goes hot lap the whole lap.
That could be possible too.
I'm currently on board with Callum Anderson in the McLaren in sector 2.
Oh, almost losing the car in the second sector. That's deadly curves at the chicane. That's the tricky part of this track. If you don't have the balance in your car, then
It goes really
the
wide.
chicane sector 2 really easily spin.
Probably an
Losing control
invalid.
of the car.
Lots of different tires are people on, so this should
Yeah, I'm
be
actually surprised by that.
interesting for the strategy if it doesn't rain. As Callum Anderson goes sixth fastest.
Yeah, he braked at the end.
AMS is on the lap. He's just coming out of sector 1. Oh, and he spins it.
Yeah,
He's the first
sucks.
victim.
I think AMS was already saying in the PS chat that he was gonna crash in the race and now in quali as well. So, whoops.
Wu is on a lap currently.
I'm gonna say Lordy is sector 2 right now.
Oh, sorry.
J race even further in this lap.
Let's go on board with J Ray then. in the racing point with he's currently, let's see, 5th in the standing, so he's looking to get the best of the rest spot from ponies down, which currently in 4th
Perhaps
place.
a pole position, maybe.
He's on the hard tires,
I think he got an invalid. Yeah.
and Lordy goes 7th fast. Let's see. Bugatti is on a lap in the Williams, so it's really hard. The Williams doesn't have a lot of downforce and aerodynamic grip, so it's really hard to drive around the track.
So we have
Like Monaco.
Abiodun with a little
Hungary.
spin after turn 1. That's a spot we haven't seen so far.
Bugatti is about to set the time coming around the final corner. It's gonna be a 119.5.
AMS right behind him going the line. The 13.
The 119.0 currently 3rd place.
Also on the hard tire, so it's kind of interesting.
And Jamie also coming around the last corner, and he sets a 118.8. So at first we saw a lot of soft tires, so that were all banker laps, so it's looking to be a dry race because everyone is qualifying on the hard tire.
It's kind of surprising that Abiodun, who I think finished at 2nd place at Monaco,
Yep.
doesn't really get to the top 5 at least, because it is kind of the same circuit as Monaco. It's a small track, can't really overtake over here.
I only saw set a banker lap, so we will see. He will probably go out on the hards or the mediums now and set a decent time. As we have Asbest going into the second to last corner.
You're setting a P9.
As Asbest comes around the final corner to set a 118.8. Duo Finn, the last one to set a time in this session, is he's going into the pits.
We have Lordy pretty much going on the grass. Not to be in the way
As
for
Callum Anderson hit the wall. No one really on a lap right now. Oh no, Mesclas just started his lap on the medium tire.
Yeah, Mesclas really doing well in the F6 league. I think he's currently at PG, if I'm right.
Yes, he is.
So really curious to see what he can do today. He's in the Haas, so not the best car.
Yeah, but I think he is a reserve, so you don't really have a choice. Or no, he's a full-time driver now. But yeah, he's really fast in F6. As I think he sets an invalid time.
Oh,
Almost losing the car.
so we have opponents down right behind Mesclas.
Yep, he's
Also looking for an improvement on the medium tire.
and he's also going into the pits. So you have City in the penultimate corner. Going into the final corner. 4th gear, you want a really tight line in that corner. DRS activate, and he has an 18.3.
The P2.
Yes, almost everyone is into the pits now, right now, so a clear track. And AMS is on the outlap, so he should be the next car to set a time in this session. Don't know why Mesclas continued for another lap.
Basically because gonna say that if he has to box now, he has to do another lap, one of the tires.
But he has low fuel, so.
That is true.
As AMS is starting his lap on the medium tires, looking to get the pole position from Greeny with an 18.2 currently, but I think that will be beaten.
It's gonna be, I think, really busy. Only 30
Yeah.
minutes remaining in this qualifying session. Bottom 4 on the outlap.
As AMS is at the end of sector 2.
So we have already going a bit of track in his outlap.
Coming into the final corner, has a little lock up, but comes around the corner and goes forward faster. Abioden is the next one to set a time, I believe.
Yeah.
Of course, the championship leader looking to get a good qualifying position.
Yeah, he's only on the 15th place.
Yeah, but he only set a banker lap on the soft tire, so who knows where he's gonna end up.
Pressure on yourself.
He comes around the final corner, has a bit of a white line, but comes across the line with a 118.9, which puts him at 7th place currently.
J-Ray is the next one, crossing the line. Second sector, currently at P13. As AMS is into the wall, of course he has set a time on the medium compound.
J. Raybay in the penultimate corner takes a tight line, going into the final corner. And he barely improved his time, so he didn't improve any positions.
Across the line from P50, what can he do? That was an invalid lap, he's going for another one.
If you have ponies down, he's out of ERS, but he comes across the line and does a 118.1, which puts him at the current pole position.
It's really nice to see.
Jamie goes with a 17.3, so he's 8 tenths faster than his teammate Ponytail. I see Dino with on the soft tire with a 117.0.
Yeah, that's basically the strat that you not want to go for.
As Mesclas is coming across the line, and he goes 7th faster.
Greeny giving up his lap.
As Callum Anderson is also coming across the line, and he goes 9th fastest.
Watch for Bugatti. Next one, P13 currently. Can he do?
And
Only a
Asbest is the next one to cross the line. And goes P3. Wow, I said that really weird.
So we only have Lordy, and who will be finishing last.
Lordy
Across
is
the line.
coming across the line, and he doesn't improve his time. And 30 on the soft tires. Goes 2nd. So
Yeah.
I think that's qualifying done. Yeah, Ponystown is going into the pit. So we have Dino on pole position with a 117.0.
It's a shame for Lordy. I think he could have set a really good lap, but I think 2 laps in a row we got an invalid, so basically your tires down for the qualifying.
As we have our qualifying results, Dino taking pole position with less than a tenth of a second to Soti. We have Jamie in 3rd, Asbest in 4th, Ponystown in 5th, J. Raybay in 6th, Greeny in 7th, 8th is Booma, 9th is Mesclas, 10th is AMS, and outside the top 10 we have Bugatti, Callum Anderson, Abioden, Lordy, Flying Frome, and Duo Finn without a time.
So Booma is asking in the stream chat for our top 3 predictions.
Okay, let me see the starting grid and I will do the predictions. I mean, AMS said that he would crash it in the qualifying and in the race. So
Well, he said he was gonna crash into the race. Qualifying, not sure, but he basically crashed, yeah. So
he might not be a good pick for your top 3.
nah, I'm pretty much gonna say Jamie in the top 3.
You think?
Yeah, the soft runners are gonna go for a 2-stop strategy, so it's kind of throwing away your race.
Let's
Or
see.
it's gonna rain at the end of the race. Who knows? I don't know. Looks sunny.
It's looking really sunny right now here and at the Hungaro ring. Let me get these things up. Outside the top 10 we have Bugatti on the hard tire, Callum Anderson on the hard tire, Abioden and Geofin on the mediums, and Lordy and Flying Frome, the 2 Renaults on the hard tire as well.
So you wanna do your top 3?
Yes, I'm thinking it's really hard, but I think Ponystown is going to win the race. Then we have let's see, I think Asbest will finish 2nd and Bugatti will finish 3rd. And what about your top 3 predictions for the race?
I'm gonna say a P3 Pony Sound just because he's really good at in the race. He always gains positions. Not many races he loses them, so I'm gonna say him at P3. Actually gonna say J-Ray at P2. Just might be a surprising pick, but I got a feeling that he will score P2, and just Jamie on P1 is gonna bring the car home today, starting at P3. So if he can get past one of the soft runners, then perhaps he could win the race.
That's true, it's all about the good start. I don't think it's a really long run. Actually it's a pretty long run to turn 1. Because you start all the way. you start all the way back at the main straight, so it's a pretty long straight to the first corner. But as the last cars are lining up right now, I have a really awful camera angle. It's probably loading. Yeah, there we have 1 light, 3 lights, 4 lights and 5 lights. And lights out and away we go here at the Hungaroring. It's a good start for Sutty compared to Dino, but in the higher gears Dino keeps his lead as we have Jamie already passing Sutty into turn 1 and he's looking to get a position from Dino. How is things looking in the back?
Well, Abiodun had a really trash start. He was, I don't know if he got delayed, but he really just didn't react at the lights out, so kind of losing positions, I'm gonna guess. But it looks fairly clean at the back, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, everyone is coming through nicely. No one has crashed yet at turn 6. And Dino is leading the race currently. Lots of fighting.
Oh, so we have Abiodun doing a really bold move. Not gonna say that's fairly clean, but
as we had like 3 cars going side by side into sector 2 in the midfield. Lots of fighting going on currently, and Bugatti tries a move on Jay Rabe, but he thinks better of it. So as we finish the first lap, we have Dino leading the race, Jamie second and Sutty in third place.
so we have Duo Fink going, I think, for a spin. Yeah, he spun around but not got any damage in the last sector.
So we have Ponix down being overtaken by Greeny. Greeny on the hard tires. As Ponix down goes for a launch really late on the brakes and he halts and he hits the wall. He's in the
so
wall
that's
and
your race done.
Yeah, then you have to wait for all the other cars and that's your race over. But the hard tires are pretty long lasting, so he might be able to do a one stop and save the tires. Oh, that's an interesting line from Jamie. He cuts the corner.
So too. I'm just actually really surprised with Greeny, who's starting on the hard tires, and normally you don't have better traction than a medium runners, but just for somehow he gained positions on the hard tires, and that's really impressive. 2 positions already. But I'm curious to see on what position he will finish at the end of the race.
As we have the Dutch legend Sietse Bouma, the title defender in F6, currently in 6th place.
Oh yeah, he is from last season. I'm thinking, what?
As we have Jamie into the slipstream, pulls around the outside, he's going for a move on Dino for the lead. Around the outside at turn 1, it's pretty hard to make that move stick, but the medium tires are fresh and he thinks better of it. Sorry, that was really bad commentating.
So Sietse, or actually Pony's Town is pitting and is going for the hard tire. So I think he's gonna try and continue those at the end of the race.
Yeah, he's the first pit stop of the day, but you can already see that the soft tires are going off and the medium tires are heating up. So the medium tires, I think already after 2 laps, are the better tire to be on. So you can see Dino and Sutty really struggling.
Yeah, it's the 3rd lap, so now we're gonna see some overtaking with DRS activated, so we will see a bit more action.
Jamie is all over that Ferrari as Dino actually goes really wide and Jamie gets the move done in the penultimate corner, but maybe this is mind games and Dino is going for the DRS. Of course.
I don't know if he's close enough. It's a long shot if you want to go for that move.
He thinks better of it, but in the background we have Asbest overtaking Sutty, but Sutty tries a switchback, but he can't because Asbest just parks the car on the apex and gets the move done into 3rd place.
It's a really nice move. That's all I have to say about it.
Looking at the rest of the field, there is a train forming behind Sietse. A train of P6 all the way to P13. So Sietse might not have the pace today. As we have Jamie already trying to break out of that DRS zone. Of course, the DRS isn't that powerful on Hungary because the straights aren't that long. But he already broke out of the DRS zone of Dino, and now Asbest is right behind Dino and looking to get the move done as Dino actually goes into the pits after 4 laps. The soft tires already died down.
He doesn't got any damage, I think.
So this should be a scheduled pit stop.
So you have Sadi on Greeny going for a move.
And Greeny makes the move stick. So Sati is already dropping a lot of places right now. Let's see actually who the biggest gainer is currently in the race. And that are multiple people. The Renaults moved up 4 places, and Greeny, and of course also AMS. As AMS
is actually gaining right now. He saved a lot of ERS. Where the last lap was around 2.4 seconds behind Sadi, and now it is 1.8. So the soft tires are really giving up.
Yeah, but also Sati had to let Greeny by, so that also cost him time.
That is true.
As Dino actually went to the medium tires, so I think he's going for a 2-stop. And Jamie with the fastest lap, a 1:21.4. So at the top we have a bit of gap.
A bit of Force India's making a move onto each other. Oh, wheel banging, pushing AMS off the track. Everybody got the position.
So not so friendly between the two Force India, or Racing Points, we should say.
S-Class keeps a little bit of a train behind him. There's 2 Renaults really eager to get more position, and we have a spun from Abiodun into this sector 1.
Yeah, he resets the track. I think he tried a move on Callum Anderson, but I don't know for sure. He doesn't appear to have any damage. No, he doesn't have any damage, so he can continue, but he lost a lot of time.
He was on the medium tire as well, so he might want to pit a lap earlier. Oh, he has retired.
So first retirement of this race, as Suddy actually goes into the pits and is looking to replace his soft tires. And we have.
So I'm gonna say he's gonna go on the hard tires just to try and get. No, he's on the medium tires, so he's gonna do a 2-stop.
Yeah, or it's going to rain at the end of the race. It's also still a possibility, but looking at the clouds, I don't think it's going to happen.
The weather can change really fast over there, I've heard.
Ah, Piet Paulus, man.
As S-Class just
as Bugatti is going for a move into turn 6, but he thinks better of it and he half spun, so he almost hit the 2 Renaults and he lost a lot of position.
He's going on the wide curves. Oh, that's really dangerous. You don't want to be doing that. So both of the Williams really taking a risk to get up into the top 10. It was some ball moves from him.
as we have J. Raybay closing in on Sietse Boma for 4th place.
Yeah, Boomer really doing the ERS management. He got a full tank of that.
Yeah, but J. Raybay also got like 80%. So let's see how the straight line speed of the Mercedes engine compared to the Ferrari engine is. He's not close enough to make a move into turn 1, maybe into turn 2. He's gaining, but he's only showing himself in the mirrors. As Mesclas actually got past AMS, I think we missed that.
It was the last lap. I think AMS made a mistake and Mesclas has benefited from that. As we have Diano and Ju, I think, going for a really nice battle into sector 2 almost.
Yeah, but it's an easy move because Dino
As Lord
has...
is retiring, he's retired. And Bugatti's in the wall.
Oh, he made
That's
a
a
mistake
massive accident.
into turn 6 as Bugatti also retires from the session. So we have 3 retirements already and we are only in 8th place. And oh, the engine of Callum Anderson is glitched for me, or is he revving the car for you, also for you? I
No,
think
I'm
it's
gonna say
glitched.
it's a glitch. But Bugatti and Lordium, that must be a huge accident. I think it will have consequences for the next round.
But look at this, Jay Rabe is really close to Sitsaboma right now on the main straight. He's looking for a move, he's going into the inside. Is Sitsa going to defend this? No, he really leaves the door open for him. And he can't
No, I mean
even
you
make a
can't
switch
really
back.
defend it if you're staying on the left side of the track.
Yeah, maybe he should have defended a bit more, but I think
Yeah, he could have.
Jay Rabe has more pace than Sietse right now in this race.
Flying From at the back of AMS. Gonna do an overtake in a couple of laps, I think. As well as Diano and Juafin still, or Diano and Callum now battling.
They are also really close.
And of course the Ferrari on the better tires than Callum.
Yeah, but this is costing him a lot of time right now because he's behind someone who hasn't pitted yet, and he has pitted. So this also playing into the hands of Jamie and Asbest for the lead. As Sietse is actually still in the DRS zone, so maybe he has the pace to be close to the top.
He just needs to use his ERS, I think, a bit more. And perhaps stay in the DRS zone from J-Ray just to get a little bit
Dino
closer to the top
almost
3.
hit the pit wall, but he makes the move stick on Callum Anderson, and also Duo Finn is really close behind these two right now.
It's Flying From and AMS still close together, just as Callum and Diano. But the Ferrari actually overtook Callum. I think we missed it.
No, I saw that. Dino almost hit the pit wall on the right side, so he didn't really get a lot of space from Callum. So maybe Sietse is just using J Rabe right now and staying in his DRS to save some fuel and some ERS.
It's not a bad tactic. So you have two of him behind Callum Anderson, going for the main straight. Callum no DRS whatsoever. So perhaps two of him can do an overtake.
Sponingstown picks up a 3-second time penalty. And Dino actually sets the fastest lap of the session with a 1:21.0.
Yes, we want to see two of him battling.
with Callum Anderson. He's going around the outside, which turns into the inside, but he is
It's
unable
just
to
too
make the
tight.
move stick.
He's gonna do the move,
Ooh.
Callum, going on the grass. Didn't have to leave that much space though.
As Flying Foam is still behind AMS. That's the closest battle that we have right now, with the duo Finn battle, of course. As Asbest is also closing in on Jamie. It was like 2.2 seconds. It's now almost at the DRS.
So if AMS goes a little bit faster, then he might get Mesclas into the battle.
Look at this Flying Foam. He isn't really gaining because he has the Renault engine compared to the Mercedes engine. So you don't really gain on the main straight and on the other straights, but
here we go again, just like last lap. Duofing, Callum Anderson, and I think he's closer than the last lap. He's going once again around the outside.
Oh, almost lost the car there.
As surprising enough, Ashbass is into the DRS range of Jamie. Or was.
It's really interesting. We also really close to the pit stop phase. I saw people pitting at lap 12 yesterday at the other PSGL races, so let's see who is going for the undercut and who's going for the overcut.
Flying Foam really close to AMS this time. I think he's gonna overtake him.
He's almost pushing him through the corners, but the Renault is just so slow on the main straight, and he's also on the hard tires compared to the mediums, but the hard tires should be faster at this stage of the race than the medium tires.
Yeah, you can see he's not really closing in on the main straight.
He is gaining, but he's not close enough to make a move on AMS.
It's the same story with Duofin and Callum Anderson over and over again. It's about to get a 3-second time penalty, and Suddy actually joining the battle for the top 10 position.
Yeah, but if you're AMS right now, you don't have a lot of points in this race, but you're the title, the one at the top of the tables, Abioden, is out of this race. So if you score any points, you're gaining on him.
Yeah, that's really beneficial, and I think I'm gonna say he knows it.
So do you take a lot of risks or not? That's the question.
It's only round 8 is the championship. I'm gonna say just take the risk.
Let's see if he can make a move this time around. We're at the start of lap 14 out of 35 here at the Hungaroring.
As Duofin actually overtook Callum Anderson.
Ooh, AMS is going defensive, and Flying Throne is trying it around the outside at turn 1, but he can't make the move stick, and he's too far at turn 2 to make a move.
Watch it for the top 10 position as Suddy just dives down the inside, just a dive bomb, but that's wing damage. I'm gonna say from Callum Anderson. So it's just a dive bomb from Suddy. I think he braked way too late. But Duofin just says thank you very much.
And he's up into the point. As Suddy picks up a 3-second time penalty, but he's outside of the top 10.
But Ashbest within the 1 second, so within the DRS range.
Oh, Suddy going onto the grass, but he makes the move stick on Callum Anderson, and Callum Anderson actually cuts the corner and gets a 3-second time penalty as well.
Because of the thing.
Yeah. But let's
So in a
see.
couple of laps, it's gonna be really interesting who will win this race, with Jamie and Ashbest battling for the P1 position.
As Flying From is still behind AMS in the Renault compared to the Racing Point. Of course, it's really hard to overtake on the straight. I think he's waiting for a mistake on AMS to make a move.
And I actually got one position right. I was saying that Jamie would win this race, and currently he is on P1.
Yeah, but Asbest is really close. He is only half a second behind Jamie right now, and he has a lot of ERS to play with.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Jamie just has a lot of tire wear. I think more than Ashbest. So
Yeah, but it should also be interesting because they're really close to pitting. As Jamie actually goes into pits and Asbest is also following him, so Greeny has to stay out. Oh, but he's also on the hard tire. Never mind. So it should be interesting as AMS also going into the pits. Lots of people going into the pits at the start of lap 16.
Flying From obviously continuing because he is on the hard compound.
Yeah, he really has to finish this, how do you say that, this set of tires fast, because he will be behind AMS, but of course at the end of the race he will be on the medium tires or even the softs. I don't know which tire he's going to after the pit stop, but then he will be really quick, so I think he will also be someone to look out for at the end of the race.
Yeah, and even if you look at Flying From, gained 11 positions all the way from the start, and is currently lap 16. So I'm really curious where he will finish, and of course after everyone has stopped for the new set of tires, we will see at what position he will end up.
As AMS is actually really close behind Mesclas after the pit stop. And Sietse is into the pits and Jay Raybe continues for another lap. So he's going for a longer medium stint, so he has fresher hard tires, so that could be a factor to look out for at the end of the race.
So this is really beneficial. There is a car between Jamie and Ashbest, so Ashbest still needs to overtake Diano, who's on 12 laps all the mediums. So Jamie is actually really lucky that he managed to get a car in between.
Yes, indeed. As Jamie also is encountering traffic because Flying From, who hasn't pitted yet on the hard tires, he also
Watch
has
out for this battle, AMS against Mesclas for P10. Both on a new set of hard tires.
I don't think he will overtake in the first or second sector, as Jamie is showing himself into the mirrors. Those fresh hards are much faster than those old hards, and he's going for the move into sector 2. Really close.
Sure, yeah, he's gonna get the move done.
But Flying From still has his nose in, but around the outside it's a great move from Jamie, and now he can go really quick and make a gap to Dino and Asbest.
So J-Ray is pitting right now, going for the new set of hard tires. I'm not sure if that was the right strategy to do, to continue another lap on those medium tires. Because everyone with the fresher tires is a lot faster than you.
Yeah, but he has the fresher tires, so at the end of the race he should be a few tenths faster than the other cars around it.
That's right, and of course he's driving in clean air right now, so can continue with his own pace. Just really focus at the final phase of the Hungarian Grand Prix.
As we have a 4-car train for the net lead right now, Jamie, Flying From, Dino and Asbest
interesting who gets on top in these couple of laps. And perhaps we always see a crash or not, somebody who makes a mistake.
I think we will see a move from us best this lap on Dino, because Dino of course is on old medium tires and Asbest is on the fresh hard tires, but it's really difficult because if you're in a DRS train you can only slipstream from the cars ahead as Greeny goes into the pit, so Jamie is in the net lead as we have Dino going defensive and Flying Throne just dropped 2 positions. Of course he's on much older tires, so
I was just about to say that. Still the Ferrari there, 14 laps old mediums still holding on to the P2. It's really impressive.
We have a battle between the two Mercs and Mesclas is also in this battle. Gio on 18 laps old mediums, that's really impressive of course.
Yes, AMS.
As Mesclas is going for a move in sector 2, but he can't make the move stick. So Mesclas must be frustrated because he's...
Oh!
What happened?
It's not the mistakes that you want to do. Mesclas just really wanted to get the position from Duovin and gets himself in a bit of trouble for AMS because he is thinking, thank you very much, going down the inside of sector 3, AMS on Mesclas, locking up.
They bang wheels done. And Mesclas is still there. It's a great battle for only P10. They're going side by side into the last corner. And who gets the DRS? They both get DRS. As AMS is going for a move into turn 1. And I think he has the move, but Mesclas is also going, still going. He's side by side and he's currently ahead. As AMS tries to go down the inside into turn 2, but Mesclas still holds on onto P10.
So he basically, the mistake that he made into sector 2, I believe, he just really nicely, he solved it really nicely, holding on onto the P10 behind Duovin. Look at him now, he's right at the back of Duovin. He drives a good race, Mesclas. It's always good in the races in F6. As we can see now, he holds off AMS with great defending and great use of the ERS. As we have Flying Throne pitting, 19 laps, old hearts.
Mesclas is now behind Duovin. He wants to get past because Mesclas is on the fresh tires and Duovin is on the really old medium tires. So this should be an easy move for Mesclas and maybe even AMS can get past Duovin, but I think he's a bit too far. At least Mesclas is looking to go around the outside. But he can't get to move, but he's going for it into turn 2 and of course much fresher tires. This is an easy move.
That's the move that you want to make.
Oh, AMS went on the grass and almost lost the car there.
As I wanted to say that Mesclas just really learned from the mistake that Duovin made with the move on Callum Anderson in every lap, picking the outside line. But Mesclas really good attacking from him, going for the inside line over there. As we have Greeny on the end, the end is pitting.
Yeah, but watch out for Greeny, he's not that far behind the leaders and he's on the medium tires, so he should be a really good contender to win this race.
It's gonna be really interesting.
As we have Flying Throne and AMS again Flying From still behind AMS even after the pit stop, but he is really close right now. AMS also has the DRS, but you can see the Renault doesn't have the power, but he still goes for it late on the brakes into turn 1, and he makes the move stick on AMS. He finally got past him. He has been behind AMS for a lot of laps, and he parks it on the apex into turn 2 and gets the move done.
Yeah, the move was kind of on the edge, braked actually a bit too late, I'm gonna say, but still avoiding a collision and damage to AMS.
So Flying From is now behind Geofin. Let's see how quickly he can get through this traffic. Geofin not giving it his position up easily, even when he's on 21 laps old tires.
And look at that green, he already is second, faster than the previous lap. I'm gonna say he will get Ashbeth, but if he can get the first position from Jamie, I highly doubt.
Ooh, Geofin made a little mistake, and Flying From is trying it around the outside of the penultimate corner. Much fresher medium tires, and he gets the move done. And now, because Geofin has been pushed wide, it's a great opportunity for AMS to also get past Geofin. But Geofin is looking to get back on Flying From. He tries it around the outside, 3 cars. AMS went down the inside of Flying From, and I don't think there was contact, but there wasn't any wing damage, and Geofin is back into 8th place again on 22 laps old medium tires. Really impressive stuff on Geofin. As Greeny made the move on the Alsbest, we actually missed that. I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, flag sector 2, Flying
Ooh,
From
Flying
retiring.
From, he crashed. Don't know what happened. Let's see on board with City where he crashed at turn 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna say just full throttle over the curb.
As we have a virtual safety car right now.
Yeah, Flying From really parked it in the middle of the track. You probably just pushed a little bit too much of it and losing the car.
So Greeny into 2nd place. He's 3.8 seconds behind.
So this virtual safety car might be beneficial for Geofin as he can pit right now.
I don't think.
And Ponish down as well.
He's going into the pit. I also think Ponenstein is going to pit for the.
Yeah, he is.
As Matchclass is also going into the pit, so.
8 laps old hearts. I was gonna go for the medium compound.
Geofin is going onto the softs, and Ponich and Matchclass are going onto the medium tire. And we are green, so we are back to racing speed, and we have Asbest right behind green.
Greeny's still on the fresher tires on the medium.
Yeah, so
now he just needs to close the gap with Jamie if he wanted to get the first position.
Let's keep an eye out on the gap. It's currently 3.3 seconds at the end of lap 24, so keep an eye out on that. Meanwhile, we have Matchclass just came out on fresh mediums, and he's behind 30 for 8th place right now. So
yeah, Matchclass with that Ferrari engine might get the better straight line speed at the main straight. So we wanted to get the move down. I'm gonna save for the P8 position.
Yeah, but Sutty is of course also on fresh medium tires, so it isn't going to be an easy move, I think.
Matchclass with a full tank of ERS just as Sutty, so it's gonna be an interesting battle.
There we go onto the main straight. Matchclass going into the slipstream. He is gaining. Is he going for the move? He is going. He pulls to the inside into turn 1. And Sutty just leaves the door open, but he goes for a switchback. But Matchclass gets much better traction out of turn 1, and he gets the move done into P8.
Just like we used to see from Mescalas, really good defending and attacking. Estudi just made a little bit of a drift, I think, at the back end of his car. As Ashbest can't keep up with Greeny.
So last lap, Greeny was 4 tenths quicker than Jamie. So if he's gaining about 4 tenths a lap, then he should be able to catch Jamie at the end of the race. As we have both of the Ferrari seats and Dino going at it. And Dino on the medium tires, that's an easy move for him. But Sietse is switching back and he gets the move back at his teammate. Or
It's
not.
like a little bit of a Vettel of Leclerc battle.
S30 is still keeping up with Mesclas, so he's still following. Mesclas not really pulling out of the DRS. And we have Ponich down closing in on Duo Finn, so maybe he can get a point today.
Would be impressive. I think he crashed into lap 2 or lap 1. I'm gonna say lap 2.
Lap 2. But look at the gap between Greeny and Jamie, it's already 2 seconds, so he gained a whole second last lap. So don't know. I think he's saving a bit. Jamie, or no, he's actually.
Oh, look at
also
this! 2 Ferraris once again on the main straight.
Dino pulling to the inside, and Sietse trying to defend his place around the outside. They make a little bit of contact, but Sietse is going for this position. Sietse is still on the inside. He pushes his teammate wide, but Dino actually makes the move done.
Yeah, he's on the fresher tires, of course, so it makes sense that he has more grip.
Great clean fighting between the both of the Ferrari drivers. Sponingstown isn't close enough on Giovin this lap, but we can see a 4-car train forming behind Mesclas. So should be interesting for the final point positions.
Still Suddy behind Mesclas, still in the DRS range.
Greeny already only 1.3 seconds behind.
As Callum Anderson picks up a 3-second time penalty. Look at this, Ponich down at the back of Giovin in the DRS range, looking to score a point today.
I think he's a bit too far, but let's see. Of course, the Mercedes is a bit faster on the straights than the Red Bull.
Yeah, and I'm doubting it. If Ponystone didn't make the mistake he made into lap 2, I'm gonna say he was for sure in the top 4.
As Greeny is he is actually at DRS range, and they are at the end of lap 28. So will we see a move on for the lead? He's probably a bit too far this lap, so I think he's going to try it at the start of lap 30. But let's keep an eye out on that gap.
As Jamie is just saving the ERS because he knows Greeny is gonna attack him into the next lap. And Greeny doesn't really have that much ERS.
So he probably has to save like 1 or 2 laps to make a move.
Look at this, the the battle for P9 going into the main straight now.
Bonstown is a bit closer than last lap, but he isn't close enough to make a move yet, because they are in a DRS train, and in the DRS train it's just really hard to overtake each other.
The final sector, Greeny behind Jamie, 0.3 of a second. Will we see another leader at this Grand Prix in this lap?
Greeny's taking a bit of a wider line, and Jamie's already going defensive. He knows that Greeny is coming, but of course the Red Bull is a bit faster. But Greeny tries it around the outside for the lead, and Jamie defends really well for this first attack of Greeny, and Greeny just stays behind him. Of course, Jamie has a lot more ERS, so he should.
His bonus down really close to Giovin. Oh, actually, they actually made contact, which caused bonus down to have a little bit of a spin, or I'm gonna say half a spin.
As we're back at the battle of the lead, because they're nearing, of course, the the main straight. So Greeny is going to try it for the second time to get the move on Jamie for the lead in Hungary.
And say Boomer also really driving a really clean race. Bit boring, but still P6 result.
As Greeny is going into hot lap, Jamie is going defensive again. Is he? Ooh. Greeny tries it around the outside, but Jamie parks the car on the apex, so Greeny can't really do anything. Oh, a bit of lag there, as Greeny actually goes onto the grass and tries it around the outside into turn 2, into turn 3, and he has the inside line, but Jamie is still ahead. Great racing between these two drivers. A bit hard.
I thought for a moment that they were gonna crash, both of them. Greeny just taking a really bold move, basically going a line that we haven't seen this race so far, just going over the curbs.
Yeah, but Jamie's still ahead in this race, and we're already in lap 31 out of 35, so Greeny doesn't have a lot of chances anymore, and the medium tires are starting.
Down is right behind Giovin, 0.2 of a second. It's not gonna make the move.
The medium tires are starting to fall off, so this might be his only chance. Of course, he has a lot less ERS. Jamie taking a wide line into the last corner, so he has more speed on the main straight. And I look at this. Greeny is not even close to make a move on Jamie.
He is gaining, but it's not enough.
Jamie is defending really well in this race. As you have opponents down going for a move on Giovin at the end at the start of sector 3. He's going to the inside, but this cost both of them a lot of time. Opponents down should have waited on the main straight, but he's probably
he tried that move two laps ago.
Probably a bit frustrated, but Ponystown is looking to make the move into turn 1. He pulls around the outside, and he actually crashed. He hit the back of Giovin. He tries to make the switch back, the dummy going around the outside and then into the inside, but he actually crashed.
I'm gonna say that's just frustrations from lap 2, outbreaking himself, really wants that position.
I don't think that was frustration. That was a bit of a big mistake from Ponystown.
Giovin actually got no damage, so we would just say in 2 laps time, thank you very much for that position. I'll be happy to take the P10. taking 1 point home and you're not taking
As
points.
Greeny is going for another move on Jamie at the outside of turn 2. But oh, they actually wheel bang and Jamie is still ahead. But Greeny is basically pushing the... Or Greeny is basically pushing the Red Bull through the corners, but still can't make the move. Really well defending from Jamie.
So it's also to note that if Greeny picks another penalty,
Oh, Greeny
spun.
actually spun.
That is
And
your race done.
Asbest is back into P2.
That is your race done. I was about to say that if Greeny stays at the P2 position, he would have gotten the P1 because Jamie has a 6-second time penalty and Greeny only got 3. So all he had to do was just stay behind him and get the win.
Yeah, but of course, when you want to win a race, you want to win it on track. But yeah, sometimes it's better to just stay behind and win the race.
We have Suddy behind Mesclas, battling the whole race.
Yeah, it's a pretty long battle. But I haven't seen the penalties of Asbest and I don't want to know it. So Callum Anderson actually retires from the race in the penultimate lap. And that makes 5 retirements this race.
Not scoring any points, Callum Anderson today, unfortunately.
Ponystown actually pitted. He had to change his win and he's probably going for the fastest lap. So he's showing himself in the mirrors, but he's not close enough to make a move on Mescla.
Yeah, great battles all the way at the end of the race. And perhaps the N01J race in 1 second. Stino.
I think Dino is a bit too far to make the move on J Raybay, but we'll see.
Still 1 lap to go.
Yeah, but then you don't have the main straight, so you can't really make a move. So he has to hope that J Raybay makes a mistake, but I don't think he's going to make a mistake.
Perhaps he will finish on penalties.
Take a look
we
at
have
this.
Suddy at the back, Mesclas going for the main straight.
It's probably the last opportunity for Suddy and he gets a really bad exit, so I don't think he will be making the move. Dino is right behind J Raybay. He's basically pushing him through the corners. But I don't think there's a real opportunity for him to make the move. As we have Jamie coming into the final corner and he's probably going to win this race. I don't know what the penalties are. But let's see. He comes across the line to win. Question mark. No, Asbest actually gets the win on penalties. Jamie has 6 seconds of penalties and Jamie and Asbest got 0 penalties and Greeny rounds up the top 3. So we have Sietse coming across the line, driving a really clean race, finishing P6. And AMS, the man who said he was going to crash this race, actually finished the race in P7.
Oh, I think he's gonna be happy about that.
We have Mesclas in P9 and Ponystown actually overtook Geofin. And he also set the fastest lap, so he will be getting 2 points this race. If he doesn't have more penalties than Geofin.
I'm actually wondering what mistake Geofin made.
Yeah, he's driving with no assist, so he probably spun or something. Sponestown finishing P10 and Giovin the final man to finish this race into P11.
I'm gonna say it was a really solid race to watch. There were battles all along the race. Really nice battle for the P2 position, and eventually somebody else grabbing the win or stealing it actually by penalties.
That's right, it was a really nice race to watch. Lots of battles all race long, but in the end, us best finishing finishing the race in P1 with Jamie in second place, Greeny third place, Jay Rabe fourth, Dino fifth, Sietse sixth, seventh is AMS, eighth is Match Class, ninth is Suddy, 10th is Ponystown, 11th is Duofin, 12th is Callum Anderson, 13th is Flying Throne, 14th is Bugatti, 15th Lordy, and 16th Abioden.
So yeah, that's about it for this week. And next week we will join you at Monza, Temple of Speed.
As a really different circuit than Hungary, of course. Lots of straight lines. So the drivers need to come with a different setup, of course. A lot less wings. And yeah, who?
A lot more overtaking.
Yep. Yeah, we saw a lot of overtaking actually at for Hungary. It's
Yeah, we can't complain.
no, we can't complain. But well then, Twan, who do you think deserved the driver of the day today?
I'm gonna have to say it's Jamie sticking on for that long on the P1 position, really driving a solid race, a great defending from him. Um, just a bit unfortunate that he got the P2 position and Ashbess taking the P1, but yeah, I'm gonna say Jamie did a really good job.
Well then, I think I am going to agree with that one, but also Asbest. He's been consistent all race, but in the end he actually managed to get the win on penalties. So yeah, it's pretty impressive to not get any penalties on this track. So great race from him, and I think he deserved the driver of the day.
Totally agree.
But this was the live stream for today. At Thursday we have PSGL F6, and that's the next live stream on the PSGL channel. And next week we will be back at Tuesday at Monza in the FP League. So we hope to see you at any of those live streams.